for the few that are in here, what's going on. I'm going to try to stall this a little bit by everybody goes in and gets in or whatever. Hopefully, the tone of the country is working for you right now. That's all I got to say. Hopefully, the tone for you is working for the country right now, because Biden has the same margin of likeness right now that Trump did just a year back in the White House currently, standing at 50%, a little bit under 50%, so it's kind of crazy. Like I told y'all, it's going to be plus more, so we're talking about a little bit of everything. But I want to get in here before I get into my main topic, my main shedigs. And I always end up having to share this like 5 times, and I hate that. Ooh, shit. I hate the fact that you have to share this shit like 8, 9 times nowadays for something to happen. Like, YouTube, y'all gotta do a better job of getting these alerts out, man. I got close to almost 7,000 people and on this page, and like nobody gets the alerts. Like, what's going on? It's kind of crazy. YouTube, y'all gotta do something about that. Anyway, let's jump into it. I'm gonna start backwards and then work my way forward, because I want more people here for the latter topic than I do for the front running topic more than I do for the latter. So I'm gonna start with Letitia Wright. Letitia Wright ran into a problem. Now I want to give y'all some background on Letitia. Letitia is Guyanese, but like many Africans, she grows up in Europe. There's sometimes a lot of disdain between the two cultures, being the ones that grew up in Europe versus the ones that grew up in Guyana, Jamaica, Haiti, and many other countries across the Atlantic belt and the Caribbean, which is also the Atlantic belt. But nevertheless, she's Guyanese and British. She has a British tone to her. I have 4 friends that are not British, but they're from England. And it's very different to be British and English. Very different. But they're from England. Shout out to Gina and her 2 sons. That's my girl right there. Miss Denzel. What's going on, mama? Love you. Love you forever. Letitia made a mistake. She went on social media, like many do, and started running her mouth about shit that didn't have nothing to do with her but her own personal preference. And this type of behavior gets a lot of people in trouble nowadays. Yes, it does. Particularly those of the Star brand. I know a lot about stars. I worked with stars for 17 years. Some of the biggest artists I promoted you could think of. From Bad Boy Entertainment and not from Bad Boy Entertainment. So I know a fucking star. And I know a couple years ago, I'd say even less than 7 years ago, it wasn't quite easy to take down a young running star. Well, short-lived stars are now receiving the same backlash. Now, Letitia Wright appeared in Black Panther. If many of y'all have ever seen Black Panther, which I'm assuming most of y'all have. Black or white, the movie made $1 billion internationally. It's one of the highest grossing Marvel movies there is if you're into that cinematic universe. Now, Letitia had something happen that doesn't happen to many people. And I'm including this in the music industry as well, where the front runner or the show's headliner actually passes away or dies. And that's what happened in the case of Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman passed away, and he was the lead of Black Panther, and people were anticipating to see Chadwick Boseman again in the next Black Panther, which is Wakanda Forever. And unfortunately, due to his diagnosis that he hid from the public, he's not allowed to do that now for us. So in the comic book itself, what you will find is Shuri, who is the gadget maker, who is everything else. Albanian. Huh. Albanian or Russian. But you usually find that in the comic books versus the Marvel movies, they don't necessarily pay homage to the comic books as assertive as other people have. But what they do is they kind of make, adjustments. And so the adjustment everyone is assuming from the tabloid lies, and I'm going to take this a long way because I want you to understand what position Letitia is in. Letitia is in the position to actually become the next Black Panther as it is in the comic books. And that's why I mentioned many times Marvel doesn't pay route to the comic books. They will either matriculate the whole script itself, matriculate the characters, whatever the case may be, they find some way to do it. And this is to fit the new fans, Letitia in the comic books, her character Shuri, who is Black Panther's sister, ends up becoming actually Black Panther and taking the mantle. Well, I'm a plain spoken man, so I'm gonna say it how it is. Letitia is effing up. Letitia chose to go onto a diatribe several times now. She made a mistake because, see, everybody up at Marvel and Disney, both, watch these people. This includes Bob Iger, who is at the top of Disney, and then it works his way all the way down. But Bob Iger, he gives the yes and the no on what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. And anybody that's ever worked at Disney, I'm talking about really worked at Disney. Like, I don't like talking to people that have never really worked at companies, because I've really worked at companies. So I don't want to hear that shit, your third-hand experience. Now, one thing that I do know is Bob Iger is the CFO of Disney. Disney owns Marvel. So they watch every last one of those guys. And as an example, you will see if you look up, and I might include some in the description box for you guys. You guys give me a second time, I shoot. I know, the perfect time to do that, right? I'll show you guys where there's been several people, including the kid that plays Spider-Man, including Captain America, especially Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk, and a few others who have leaked information about the movies. Now, some people think it's intentionally. Some people think, well, it's good promo because it gets all the bloggers talking. But this particular subject, Letitia, I can guarantee you didn't want them to start talking about, which was your avid advocacy against taking the inoculation, which you have every right to do, just as much as everybody else had a right to, say, I don't want to take the vaccine. They want you to take the vaccination, excuse me. They want you to take the vaccination. And there was some goofy renditions of that. We had Juvenile doing the promotion, talking about badge that thing up. I think we had Silver, what is her name? Alyssa Silver. She did some commercials. It was so many different people that did commercials that were stars promoting the virus. Promoting the inoculation to the virus. And I agree with her, but what she did was she made a complete mistake because she went on set, allegedly, and started muttering these same words on set of filming her new movie that she's possibly going to be a star in. Now, nobody knows the script so far of what this guy wrote and what's going to actually make the movie after the edit is done. The edit is everything. And thank you for everybody for writing in the comment section talking about good edit on my Doggy Diamonds video. Don't worry, I'm going to get to that nigga. I had some talking to do with you. But I like you, though, nigga. I like you. You remind me of somebody I knew in Brooklyn at one time. He ain't him, but you remind me of him. Y'all had the same gumption. I ended up becoming friends with him to the day he died 13 years ago. Anyway, long story short, right? Letitia is now in the bond because the rumor mill is saying that they might get rid of Letitia's Guyanese British ass. Now, not only will she stand as another, just like Daniel Craig, he became the new 007, which I do believe, honestly and truthfully, that role always needs to be English. I think the best two James Bonds, or three James Bonds so far, have been Daniel Craig Of course, the original. And I would say after that, Timothy Dalton, I think that was his name. He played 007 for a couple of films, and those films are some of the best. One of those was with Halle Berry. Those are the best three James Bonds. Sean Connery, this guy right now, and Timothy Dalton. If you've never seen any of the Bond movies with him, check them out. This girl is on a level of a film that's like that within a franchise that's actually bigger than that now. You know, this Marvel, Disney, MCU thing is broken down now. I'm watching cartoons. I'm getting reintroduced to characters. I'm finding out parts of the comic book I never knew. You know what I'm saying? I read some of the comic books when I was a kid. That's why I was interested in it when they first dropped Iron Man, you know? Excuse me for moving that like that. So, Letitia Wright has now got the rumor mill, and particularly, I'm going to be honest with you, the white rumor mills, like People Magazine. Now, this ain't no underground story no more. This ain't no rumor shit. I don't do those Chitlin Circuit stories. Hey, 305 Capricorn, what's going on? I don't do those Chitlin stories, you know. I don't do the Chitlin Circuit stories, as y'all can notice. I only talking about shit that's really happening, you know. And like Letitia Wright, and I'll repeat it again if you're just showing up here. Letitia Wright is Guyanese and British, not English, British. I have friends from England. My friend Gina, Rob, shout out to y'all. But Letitia is in a position because they are now filming the movie. It's not like it's projected or she has to wait until set begins. They are currently filming the movie. And her overwhelming opposition towards not taking the inoculation for the virus, or what they perceive to be, her over dedication to that has now interjected itself and placed itself within her set. You understand what I'm saying? You Guyanese? Figures. Y'all true women. Y'all say how y'all feel. Country girls, I like to say. Really at heart. You'd be surprised how many people are from the Caribbean and they live in the tri-state area and really broken down. They're really just country folks. You know what I'm saying? In the country, in the country of origins, they country folk. If that makes any sense to y'all. You know, some of these people grew up with chickens and farming and shit. Like, I know how to farm. I know how to ride a horse. I had to prove that to somebody right here in Connecticut before. They didn't believe me. It was like, you know how to ride? Like, I know how to ride horses. I said, I probably know how to ride a horse better than you. I proved it to them, not several times. I know how to stirrup it. I know how to throw the saddle on, manes, everything. I know how to do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know how to clip their hooves. You know what I'm saying? Take a ply metal. It's hitting it just like you're hitting, like almost like your fingernails, you know? But yeah, you know. A lot of people from the Caribbean are really just country folks. A lot of people from like other countries too. They're really country people where they live at and where they're from. You know what I mean? They get to the cities or tri-state or California, wherever. And they have to, you know, almost assimilate to that. Anyway, Letitia Wright is in one of the best positions ever because, unreluctantly, Chadwick Boseman died. So just like a lot of musicians, they get put in this position too. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When Biggie died, that's when Jay-Z had the opportunity to, you know, when Tupac died, that's when Biggie had the opportunity to, you know, in all respects almost. Letitia Wright is throwing away her opportunity as a Guyanese British citizen in many ways. Letitia, I want you to remember something. And what these white publications are trying to tell you. This is an American production. You a Guyanese and British. And I don't care what you think, or how much you figure, let a catastrophe come together with you as a group of people that immigrated to this country, or a person that has gained acceptance in our country and does something fucked up. They were ready to send Justin Bieber back to Canada. I remember that shit. Y'all remember that? I remember they were getting Justin the fuck up out of here. There was an online petition, everybody. And this was at the time that everybody loved Justin Timberlake. I remember when they wanted to get rid of a couple other people when they said some anti-American sentiment. Or that group posed a threat to the United States. They're telling you like a rabid dog. I'm just old enough to remember when 9/11 was happening. And everybody, including the world, hated Arab American people. And a lot of them African Americans stuck with those Arabs, even though they lost family in those trade towers. Lost family, friends, everything. They stuck beside those Arabs when they were being attacked and everything else. Same thing happened with the Asians. African Americans came to their defense, used the positions and constituencies, their numbers, because you don't outnumber us. Asian Americans only make up 4% of the population. Arab Americans make up around about the same. You're highlighted because your populations are so small. So it makes you feel like you're bigger than what you actually are. When we round down the demographics from the CDC, Department of Labor, real statistics and data, you will see something totally different. Socioeconomically, you can't compete with me. But that's another conversation. Letitia Wright made the mistake with white media and became a topic of interest. Now that topic of interest is almost the same controversy that started when Captain Marvel, I forgot what, Brie Olsen? No, it's not Brie Olsen. Brie Olsen is one of the Olsen twin sisters. She's the one that plays Wanda. I forgot what the girl's name is, but she plays Captain Marvel. She had her own controversy going on. So did the character that plays Drax, the ex-wrestler, Mike Batista. They had a different drama. And also, you have the woman that played Black Widow. She now has a lawsuit against them. Her name will come to my mind in a second. I didn't plan on saying their names. So this is there. You know what I mean? It's not something that's... Controversy goes with these stars sometimes with Marvel. But Marvel has a quick way of being like, get your ass back on the plantation. Fuck wrong with you. This master didn't it. But I'm white. You get 2 licks just for being white and being on the plantation. Irish boy. Better get your ass on that set. Bob Iger don't play that shit. You know how much you getting paid? You want to come to Bill Sharp's town and show your ass? You know, I mean, basically that's what it's boiled down to, because the way Bob Iger and Disney deal with these people, they shut them the fuck up. Scarlett Johansson, she has a lawsuit against Marvel right now, ongoing, depicting, and many people say this is why Robert Downey Jr. got out of the franchise too, and why they repeatedly keep killing him on camera. If anybody watched What If, you know what I'm talking about. The same thing, the residuals wasn't written in. It's almost like a record contract that went wrong. The residuals wasn't written in for them to see anything off the actual ticket sales. You know what I'm saying? They got paid up front. That's why you hear a lot of these actors and actresses now coming out talking about, I only made $1,500. But the movie made $16 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the case with Friday as well. I remember shortly before he died, Pops, I forgot what his kid, I'm not saying this man's name right now. I'm having a mind fart of a lot of people's names. But Pops, he said the same thing. He said, I was only paid $5,000 for that. He said, anybody in that movie that said they were paid over $5,000 except for these 2 people, they lying. I said, wow, $5,000, that's it. You know how quick you can spend $5,000? Shit, the shit I need for my apartment costs $5,000, basically. You know what I'm saying? TV, all the shit I need. Matter of fact, $STRINGERBELL80. I will not hesitate to promote myself. I love myself. And you should love you too. If you tell me to love myself, you know what I'm saying? Or you tell me, hey, yo, this black this, the black that, and this Latino this, a Latino that, depending on what's up, then you should respect that. Help someone with the cash up if y'all would. Now let me continue. Letitia Wright, they might ride her out in this movie and replace her character or kill her the fuck off. That's the point. Because they're all different type of media, whether it be on social media, whether it be being purported now about the news. This has made the news now. Like I said, people was reporting on this. That's why I said I caught wind of this story yesterday. I keep up on everything. It's just like a lot of shit. I'll be like, nah, this ain't worth it. This ain't even worth it. You know? Letitia Wright might be the fuck up out of here. Now, who she would be replaced by, I don't know, but I guarantee they had about 3 or 4 of them on deck. Antoine Queen, what's going on? Net, what's going on? Just got off the phone with Annette earlier. Always a pleasure. Yeah, I heard. But Letitia Wright, if I'm gonna give you some advice, baby girl, you need to keep your Guyanese British ass the fuck closed right now. Get your money, get your paper, get in the next 2 sequels, then talk shit. You know, solidify yourself a little bit more, because unlike Robert Downey Jr., who had been in the business for motherfucking decades, as well as his father, you don't stand a binding chance as a Guyanese British immigrant on an American podcast. American project. I guarantee you. If you think otherwise, I will point you to this. Why the fuck am I talking about it right now and the repercussions that could come from it? From a secondary source who was verified by all the other prior sources that were before then that were saying the same thing. You understand where I'm going with this, sweetheart? No, this business work. You don't. Y'all want to take your advocacies to work. Stop bringing your motherfucking advocacies to work. Nobody wants to hear that shit. And I'm trying to tell you, in about 2 years, if not less, they're going to make a law strict against that. They're going to make provisions within your contractual agreements, especially if you're an at-home worker, you work remotely, categorized by what I do, I work remotely. So they're going to start throwing that provision in there. Have you ever been part of this group? Have you ever had these type of views? And it's little subtleties here and there of it, contractually or within your, what's the name now? You know what I'm saying? So I would tell Letitia Wright, shut it down. Be quiet. Nobody gives a fuck about your opinion. If they want to go get the shot, let them. Let them. If they want to go get the shot, let them. And whatever happens to them, fuck them. That's what you got to do, Letitia, right? Because if you don't, we all want to see you become the next Black Panther, which is traditionally what goes on in the comic book itself. I mean, hell, even the update for the video game has it included. You know what I'm saying? There's a mobile game that has this storyline inclusive with it. Now, moving on. I want to talk about my buddy Doggy motherfucking Diamonds. But I don't want to talk about Doggy Diamonds. No. That's not fair. See, I'm a fair man. I'm a very fair man. I'm not talking about Doggy Diamonds in particular. I'm talking about Doggy Diamonds motherfucking followers. Let me light me up a cigarette. These motherfuckers got me going. I had some of Doggy Diamond's followers, and if y'all watched that video I just put up, this part 2, this YouTuber's indictment to DoggieDiamondsTV. Make sure y'all check that video out. It's right now, it's up. Part 1 is also up there. I think we are somewhere around about close to 3,000 views on that when everybody checking it out. Everybody feel all kind of way. The same 9 motherfuckers that disliked it on the part 1 came over to part 2 because I put the link in part 1. I want to give a shout out especially to y'all, especially if you hate motherfuckers is here. Hate him more, bitch. Hate him more. Esto sabe, claro. Niggas are throwing a litany of shit up on my page. And I don't give a fuck, really. Y'all hit them like buttons too if y'all would, please. And share this if you would. Wish I had a sig right now about now. Hey, yo, this is my last one. I swear on everything to God, too. That's the last of them. See? This shit empty. That's a clip right there. So y'all donate. $STRINGERBELL80. Nah, I'm playing, but I need that and more. I just moved into a new place, so thank you for everybody that congratulated me on that. It's a long haul. If you don't familiar with my story, go back and listen. But this nigga Doggy Diamonds, I'm gonna break it down so all his motherfucking listeners can understand this. And I'm gonna put a timestamp in this motherfucker so y'all know this where it began. Because I know your nosy ass gonna come over here just because you see the name on it. First of all, Doggy motherfucking Diamonds, I ain't got no problem with you. This is the issue I got with you though. 2 of your motherfucking episodes, okay, 2 of them, they're still up, still available for stream in full form. Y'all go check that shit out because I was promoting them beforehand, okay? I was not only sharing Doggy Diamonds, motherfucking podcasts, which I've been on here and a clear advocate of. How come some of these bigger podcasters, because this is how it's supposed to work, how come some of the bigger YouTubers and bigger podcasters on here aren't sharing people that particularly grab their interest? It's because you have a lot of views on me, but we're fucking famous and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got close to 2 million views. So the fuck what? The revenue is what more I'm important with. You understand what I'm saying? $STRINGERBELL $STRINGERBELL80. That's STRINGERBELL80. Cash App. Also, there's a PayPal link in the description box. Make sure y'all hit that up. I don't do super chats because super chats take a month and then they take a percentage out of that. Meaning if you donate $20 to me, the motherfuckers give me 15. I'm not trying to make fucking Google rich. They're already rich enough. Fuck them. Now, Doggy Diamond, speaking of fuck people, not you, but your followers. You got some cantankerous ass, punk ass followers, man. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to dump some of the motherfuckers. From time to time, I go through my motherfucking list. I got down one time to 6.1 from 6. I think it was like 6.7 because I said some shit people didn't like. I said, well, if you don't like me because I didn't say that little bit of shit, then fuck it. But I'm going to go back to what I was talking about, what happened and transpired between him and I. He had a full-on podcast or whatever. He misinterprets what people say, and he always takes it as some Brooklyn shit. This is how Brooklyn people think. I've been around Brooklyn motherfuckers. I was locked up with them. I did time with them. I'd have motherfucking been there when they got married. I've been there when they got sentenced. Brooklyn motherfuckers from East New York. I go through all of them. All of them. Marcy, ask any of them over there. They know Davin. I guarantee it's going to be at least 3 people over there that know me. And they know me primarily from music, not from bang banging and shooting and all that shit, from music. And I have a type of temperament, I think, that fits in with anyone, you know? Evidently, that's what's been proven. Now, I'm going to go a step further here. You have people like myself and Doggy Diamonds who have actually worked a length of time in the music business. And there's other people that haven't. And what happens is, when we tell these people these stories, they leave it to themselves to matriculate it any way that they see fit and throw it to their fans. So now their fans got another version of it. You understand what I'm saying? So now the story that Doggy Diamonds went and told, or the story that I'm told, to change around. What brings me full circle back to this. Doing that podcast, I came in and I said something, and he misinterpreted what I said. Homie said, I think his name is Khalil, something like that, the brother he has on there, which in the video, I even give him props. I said, this nigga hit it on the nose. He said in the video, he said, even the shelter will tell you to beat it. You understand what I'm saying? Factory. I done seen it happen with my own 2 eyes. You know what I'm saying? Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but several plus times in New York City. This is a fact. So everything that Kareem, I think that's what his name is, everything he said there was a straight fact. That's why I said, oh yeah, you've been around since then. He know, because only the door guys, people like that, or people that's in social services can tell you shit like that. They're the only people. Any other person would walk past that and not even be able to recognize it. So in the video, I said, he was talking about a girl. He said a lot of these girls, they be out there using dudes, doing whatever. She done slept with maybe 2 dudes already for the bag or whatever, a pair of sneakers. That's why I used to know chicks for. Chicks would sleep with you for a pair of brand new Nikes or some shit. So like, he put the format of the question, but Kareem was talking. I interviewed and I said, fuck him, leave him where she sit. You damn right. What do I want some musty vajay for? Huh? Who wants musty vajay? You want musty vajay, Doggy Diamonds? Because I don't like musty vajay. This nigga went off for me. I'm like, well, how the fuck you getting mad at me over a dusty? Nigga, if you from Brooklyn, you grew up around mad dusties. Mad, dusty, musty chicks. I know chicks in Brooklyn that literally don't wear fucking deodorant. I've seen chicks in Brooklyn with hair up under their arms, sporting it. What a tank top, all that. Yo, I'm out here, and niggas just sweat me. Who? So we make sure we don't hang around him. You got hair up under your arms. You look like Magilla Gorilla. Who the fuck is hitting that? Then this is the same chick that come up with multiple pregnancies. I don't understand it. And all these guys know each other. This is how Brooklyn guys do. Shout out to my boy Jerry in Sumner. Had a lot of good times over there. Him, Prince. You know what I'm saying? You see this nigga, shout out to Jerry, man. If you don't know Jerry, you ain't never been through Sumner, Gates, none of that. You don't know Jerry? Everybody know Jerry. Grew up there. Him and his brothers. This nigga rolled out, started telling my personal business, like trying to sun me. I was like, oh, that's that Brooklyn Queens shit right there. Hey, yo, nigga, first of all, little nigga. Know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, well, first of all, nigga, I ain't no little nigga. Nigga, I'm 6'1", first of all. You understand what I'm saying? And please don't talk to me like I'm some internet nigga. I'm not no internet nigga. I'm a nigga that happened to get on the internet by circumstance. I was on the internet before for music. Before I was in the music shit, I was in the streets heavy for real. I remember the crew, 30 motherfuckers, and all the niggas, except for what, 6, were all Latino. You understand what I'm saying? Brown Latino like me. Panama, my other man, Batista, like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna throw out too many names, but that's Mount Vernon, 3rd Ave, all over there. My whole crew from motherfucking the Bronx, Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? My real crew, NFC, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Macho, all y'all, man. I still talk to them boys to this day. We're not like everybody else. That, hey, he live in Colorado now and all that. All these motherfuckers still live right here in the tri-state. Doggy Diamonds tried to sun me on camera. And I said, well, that's bad for my brain. Fuck your brain at this moment. You know what I mean? Now, who would say different? Somebody write in the comment section if you would say different. If somebody attempts to divulge all my information to his followers, which he has a lot more followers than I do, I will give him that. But you've been online for a long time. What was the other one you had? That's why I be laughing sometimes at y'all, because I did almost 2 million views in 10 months. Some of y'all motherfuckers been online for 10, 7, 8, 11 years, traveling here and there, whatever. Nigga, I come downtown where I live at, motherfucking film. You know what I'm saying? It get hella views. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I like, that was the first time. And then you was like, well, somebody I know, but I don't know. Typical Brooklyn Bronx shit. You know what I'm saying? Queens niggas don't do that. I said Queens before. I know this behavior. That's Brooklyn Bronx shit. Or somebody I know, but I don't know. Like, I don't think I know them. You know, like, it's really like the antithesis of it itself is just like fucking to insult you, really. You know what I mean? But this is how, you know, niggers do. Not niggas, niggers. You know what I mean? I'm not calling Doggy Diamonds a nigger, but I'm saying he articulates people as niggers without even having a word with them. That's the most dangerous motherfucker there is. That shit I don't like. You know what I mean? I don't like that shit right there. You told your whole motherfucking crowd my story, and ain't they one of them motherfuckers after that come over to the Cash App and donate nothing. You ain't come over and donate nothing neither. All right? So let's fast forward. The second clip you see, the first clip you see. The first clip you see is more recent, okay? And that's where he went full-fledged off on me. And that's why I clipped the motherfucking whistle in the comment, because what he had did last time. Nigga, I didn't go back to your shit and do that. I did that shit right fucking then and there. Feel me? I ain't go back to your shit. Like, I ain't stunt on you or put your shit in different areas. I put it right here. Know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was crazy to me, because this time he said, yo, homie, I don't know you. I don't watch you. If you don't watch me and you don't know me, how the fuck were you able to articulate my whole story for your audience? At the time, you had something like close to 2,000, 3,000 people on your podcast at the time. Does that sound fucking fair? That sounds like some neurotic shit. And I noticed that nobody does this except other African Americans or other African Americans. They will not rise up on white people like that. The way I grew up, we rose up on white people because we lived the fucking around them. Now that shit right there is coward shit to me. I don't care what anybody says. That's coward shit. And I was just like, yo, my nigga, like, why would you do that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you could have hit me up. And I'm not saying you were a punk or you were a sucker. I'm just in that moment, you was just like, that was some real sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And I think, like, if as a real motherfucker, if you a real motherfucker, doggy, you'll go back and you'll look at that footage, or even just look at the clips I pointed out and be like, yo, you know what? That nigga do got a point. Because, my nigga, I would never put you out there like that. The only way I put you out there was previous to that. For months, I shared your podcast on my channel. Know what I'm saying? And let's not sit here in front like I don't have no fucking viewers. I got hella viewers. And I ain't talking about no couple of hundred. I have thousands upon thousands of viewers. I don't watch out smaller YouTubers. The fuck you mean? You're a smaller YouTuber. You're not Mr. Beast. Huh? You're not Marcus Brownlee, who has an average of all his videos get almost 2 million to 3 million views. All his videos. What are we talking about here? You're a smaller YouTuber. So who are you to call somebody else a smaller YouTuber? Now back to his constituency of followers. Gotta step in a minute for that. Some of y'all motherfuckers came on my page and wrote some crazy shit. Nigga, you don't know me. You never talked to me. You never watched any of my shit. You saw that floating around and you thought that was an open opportunity to try to get me and Doggy Diamonds to fight with each other. Nah, Doggy like me. You understand what I'm saying? Or I'm like him, whatever. I'm a straight up motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The same shit I'll tell you right here on this camera, I'll tell you to your face. And I'll tell you in the same tone, same octave. I don't mean nothing personally by it, but the shit bothered me, my nigga. Don't you understand where I'm coming from? Don't you understand the nigga that was in there? If the shit you speak about on your channel with Kareem, if the shit y'all speak about is real, then nigga, you need to take a step back for a minute sometime, because I've had to do that. Take a step back for a minute. Huh? Entonces abre la mente aquí. And say to yourself, yo, maybe I did say some fucked up shit. Maybe I did say some fucked up shit. Yo, Pa, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Pardon me. You know what I mean? We don't gotta do that on camera, no shit like that. But I'm just saying, man, like that was some real disrespectful shit. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's what brought forth the videos. That's what brought forth the way I feel. That's what brought forth, hold on, let me break this up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TMH Global, man. We got equipment. You know what I'm saying? I just bring out the necessities. I don't bring out the big shit I done showed y'all before. We got equipment out here. Oh, shit. Y'all ain't telling me. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. This is a little too bright, right? Let me turn this down a little bit. Turn this down just a little bit. All right, that's better, right? Y'all can see me. Ain't too bright, because that shit was blinding me. I was like, listen, I ain't got no problem with Doggy Diamonds like that, word of mother. But your fans, yo, fuck some of them. You know what I mean? Like, for real, man, fuck all y'all. Like, any nigga that came over and threw a loose comment or whatever, like, fuck you. Like, who the fuck are you? You ain't even at the same caliber me and this man are. You know what I'm saying? At least this man, let me tell you something. First of all, I shared the nigga's post because before all this happened, because I looked up to him. He come from Star's camp, man. I fuck with Star. It's all one circle. I'm like, my real vision, I ain't gonna tell you what it is because another fucker will steal it. But I got a way that we can all make bigger money off of this shit. I'm gonna talk to Doggy Diamonds about it sooner or later. You know what I mean? Let shit quail over for a little bit. Right now, my nigga, I don't want to talk to you. I probably cuss you out, you cuss me out, whatever. We pulling guns, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know how you get down, nigga. You ain't soft. I know. I mean, neither. First time I got arrested for what was 16. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't want us to meet right now or whatever. If we coincidentally meet like that, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't come to that. You know what I mean? But I'm like you. You know what I mean? If that was to happen, it would go so much against your message and my message. Not only that, it would kill Kareem's message, and Kareem ain't got nothing to do with it. My nigga, I know you've been through a lot of shit. If you never watched my story, I've been through a lot too, all right? So, a lot. So, I'm down out of that, you know what I mean? And honestly and truthfully to you, like, it fucked with me, you know what I'm saying? And I heard you say the same shit. See, you notice I ain't put that clip up. I ain't do you like you did me. Just because you were upset at something I said. Nigga, if you saw me writing in the comments section, you could have hit me after the joint and said, yo, my nigga, what's your email or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have talked to me then. But this whole attitude and this whole decadent bullshit with, well, I'm a bigger YouTuber. That's how I come off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never said that shit. What I say is, yo, I got this many views. Fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a reason people keep coming back. But when we try to berate smaller YouTubers who a lot of times that are smaller than me, you know what I'm saying? I could easily say that. I know motherfuckers, I go to their page, they got that 1,000, maybe plus 88 followers because they need 1,000 to go motherfucking stream. You know what I mean? So, like, it's a weird world. Before, if y'all don't know, on YouTube, You didn't need 1,000 followers to start live streaming. You know what I'm saying? You could just start live streaming. You know what I mean? So it changed the game once it did that. You know what I'm saying? Now, probably to me going viral that one time with that one video, and make no mistake about it, I got videos that got 280,000 views. Let's get that clear. I got videos that got 200,000, 300,000 views right here on my page. The only thing you have to do is hit my name. You see them for yourself. I categorize them like that from the highest, you know what I mean? Just so you can see that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't stunt. I got them numbers too, doggy. You know what I mean? And those are with me in them. Those ain't nobody's clip or something like that. I got videos with just me in them. You know what I'm saying? They go viral without mentioning, you know what I'm saying, anything delicious, you know what I mean? Anything. So, you know, I'd like to keep it like I'm a stand-up dude, man, because like there's so many that are not, that's ridiculous. And you know that, and I know that too. You know what I'm saying? So, to your fans, fuck you and fuck everybody living in your house, like I said in the fucking video, if you came over to say some nasty shit. And throw sabe, claro. Second of all, you know what I'm saying? Watch who the fuck y'all talking to. You don't know who the fuck I'm connected to. For all you know, I got like 80 Trinitarios getting ready to come over and fucking slice you up or something. You don't know. So, you know, you got to be careful who you talk to, people. And then the other thing I wanted to say was this, the third thing. The third thing I wanted to say is this. You have to understand that everybody, just because they look like you, ain't necessarily you. And they don't think like you. And they don't hold the same value system as you do. And they don't care about what you do. You have to keep that in motion and clear as you move across people. Because I see a lot of times, especially in my private life, people could make so many complaints about white people, right? So many complaints. And some of them are justified and some of them are righteous, I understand. But people make so much complaints about white people, but that's why I always point that out in my videos. These same people that claim they want to do everything for the revolution and all that shit, when it comes down to it, like Nas said, when we start the revolution, all they probably do is squeal, but chill, catch you on the next VI. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that nostalgia right there, but it came true. These motherfuckers would rather step on you, grill you. I've had motherfuckers walk past me and be a group of white men. They don't even make a blink at them, but they'll make every opportunity to stare me down like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop that shit ready to pounce on your own, nigga. You don't pounce on somebody. Pounce on some of them niggas over at Fox TV. Go over there, nigga. My comments is on there. I just cussed the fuck Newt Gingrich, or whatever the fuck that cocksucker's name is. Cussed them the fuck out on their channel. You know what I'm saying? That's the motherfucking momentum we need. We need about 30, 40 motherfuckers that can completely, daily go over there and do that. Y'all should be hitting their cash apps up. Y'all niggas ain't doing this shit right. Y'all niggas trying to start armies by yourself. You so stupid, though. Like, how the fuck you gonna start an army by yourself? Like, who are you, Constantine or some shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, gentlemen. It doesn't work that way. And now the narcissism that's within our society is allowing that. But the narcissism I see amongst black and brown people is totally different. They're like a bunch of rabid fucking dogs, some of them. And some of you need to be put the fuck up out of here, to be quite honest with you, for the betterment of the culture. I really do agree with that. I think some of you have become so much of a pestilent in your neighborhoods, to your families. Some of these men are more sissy than everything. You know what I'm saying? I see grown men that walk past me, and I won't even look at them, and I can feel you staring at me. That's a different shit. Feel a motherfucker's hair at you. And it's not coming from a place of curiosity. It's not coming from a place of bewilderment. No, it's coming from a place of, I fucking hate you. Why? Because you look like me, motherfucker, and you got more opportunities. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I didn't. I do, but you know what I mean. How the fuck do you know? You know what I'm saying? And then the other motherfuckers, the court gesture that sits around, they always assume that they doing better than you. You know, I made the analogy one day, and I said, you can have 50 Cent said this shit. You can have two pissy motherfuckers in the same elevator, right? The same pissy elevator in a project somewhere in America. And one motherfucker would think he's better than the other, pure simply because he got on new sneakers. Boy. Because he got new sneakers on. I always see that one too. Motherfuckers will pay attention. I've got literally probably like 30 pair of sneakers. And the reason I have 30 pair of sneakers in my storage, y'all motherfuckers like to run with motherfucking narratives, bitch. Storage. The reason I have all those sneakers is I collected them probably over the past 4 years. I wear them 3 or 4 times and then I throw something else on. You know what I'm saying? So they stay new. Or newish. Depending on the weather. I had some that took a hit. You know what I'm saying? I would hope so. Esto sabe, la gente latino, pero la cubano es la mi gente aquí. Tú sabes español, ¿no? Claro que sí, mamá. ¿Ah? Dime. Tú sabes, ¿no? I got you. Yeah, Spanish and a little bit of French. French is a beautiful language. Very beautiful language. Way beautiful than Spanish. Spanish is a simple man's language, really. This form of Spanish on this hemisphere, simple man's Spanish. Until you get into like Argentina, Peru, definitely. You know, Peru was one of the first places the Spaniards came. So I think Peru and the ancestors there that they have. You know, you have some Peruvians who look like they Chinese, because they are. They have Chinese in their blood. Peruvian citizens, etc., and Argentina as well. A lot of people went to Argentina. Some of the Germans, after World War II, they was fleeing, and they went to Argentina. So yeah, you're very right about that. The Caribbean's a beautiful place. It is. I just like my preference when I interact is to deal with how can I say? I don't like jigaboos. Does that make sense? I don't like jigaboos. I really don't. Like that jigaboo attitude and the jigaboo stance, it's like, it's a narrative that's, let me tell you what I mean by jigaboo. If you guys got time, go on Google right now, right? You can hop off here for a second, whatever you need to do. If you can still use your device, you know, stay on. And look up, the Republican Party is meant for the Republican Party is meant for black men, and the Democratic Party is for the white man. And you're going to get a poster that pops up, right? It was made in around about 37-ish, 36, somewhere around there. And you will see it. You will see it, right? And this is a está bien cubano. That's all that. Yeah, mama. And what you'll see is, you'll see this thing where you'll see a guy, and he's got like a suit on, but it's like you know, kind of like Malcolm X was in the beginning of the autobiography movie with Denzel Washington. And then when he had that red suit on, he's like, that suit is hurting my eyes. That's a jigaboo to me, you know. I got an older partner. He's around about 80, and he called him. He said they still out here jitterbugging. That's what he called it, jitterbugging. It's the funniest shit I've heard in my life. He said they still out here jitterbugging. Yes, I don't like people like that. And there's Latino and black motherfuckers like that. And some white ones too. Look what I got. You know, the ones that do that usually have never had much, don't have too much, so you kind of almost feel sorry for them. It's like you don't have no idea what life has to offer, do you? What's up, Kareem Smith, Las Vegas? Yes, and some of the Germans and some of the Russians also went to Cuba. The Russians, let me tell you about the story of the Russians in Cuba and the French. The reason I said I speak a little bit of French is because of that. And you'll find very few islands in the Caribbean that people speak both French and Spanish on the same island, like two languages on the same island. You'll usually find English, and then there's the language or whatever, and then there's like some secondary languages from like the Indian cultures that live there and shit. But what she said though, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but Napoleon and his troops, they came to Cuba right after Toussaint, Peter Toussaint, on compris, oui? Sans doute. Peter Toussaint, once he liberated all the slaves in Haiti, a lot of those troops are Napoleon's troops, and keep in mind, these were not like adult troops like you see now. These troops were like 15, 14, 16 years old, because most of the time that's who was poor in the country, you know, and I'm talking about in Spain. Spain was a very poor country. It wasn't very lucrative for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until the Moors came there, and then the Moors actually got kicked out by the same Spaniards and the Berbers. And then the Berbers, they interacted their own form of slaveries on white people that were in northern, what is now northern England. You know what I'm saying? The Barbary slave trade. You can look it up if you want to. The Barbary slave trade, but it was committed by the Berbers. This is a historical fact. If you go to any college campus, they'll teach this in anthropology, and they'll teach it in also what your form of history is, depending on where your concentration is on that. The funny thing about it is, Napoleon and his troops, they came to Cuba because they were running away from Peter Toussaint. Now, once they arrived there, you can go there now and visit Cuba. Well, if you can get into the country, because I don't know. Things go back and forth. But if you can get into the country, you will notice that actually Napoleon has his home there, one of his homes, of many homes, in Cuba. You can visit it. You know, you can go there, you can walk through the house. It has beautiful paintings. And one of those paintings is actually a painting of him, a portrait of him, hanging in the hind wall of where it is opened up in what you would now consider a back porch or a deck. But actually the opening to the gazebo. Very beautiful, and a grotto. It's very beautiful. But I'm telling you guys, yeah, the influence of them. We also have people from where it's Chinese that are Cubans. We have French that are Cubans, Germans that are Cubans. And then you have black people that are Cubans, you know, and they come from everywhere. Some of the Cubans that come, believe it or not, they used to take, and I don't know why they don't never talk to you guys about this shit, but they used to, like, you know, slave traders, once they got the slaves, they would keep trading them in some cases. There were not always like owners that would keep the slaves until the day they died. A lot of them would interchange, or the women would have children, and a plantation in Louisiana, they'd be put on a ship and they go to the Caribbean, now the Caribbean. You see? So you would get people that would actually get shipped to the Caribbean from the United States, and say 1 or 2 generations of slavery in, they've always been in Mississippi, or they've always been in Florida, they've always been in Virginia, they've always been here. You get what I'm saying? And what happens is they end up in the Caribbean, and then you get some of the African slaves themselves that end up in the Caribbean. I'm going to share a story with you guys. I got to put it together. I'm going to piece it together a little bit better for you. And it's actually of a woman that is considered she's from Benin. And before that, they thought it was just one other gentleman. But she is actually supposed to be the last woman that actually came across on the Atlantic slave trade. I'm not an igger. Now, when she came through, they have a document of her her death being in I believe it was 37. Okay, 1937. All right. Merci beaucoup. No problem. Ça vient, mademoiselle. On comprend, oui. It's sad enough to see this, but they're saying that this lady from Benin was actually the last woman that came across in the transatlantic slave trade. The same holds court in, I believe it's Jamaica or either the Barbados, which they have people that they had part of the Indian slave trade that the English were actually. There's a company called the British West Indian Trade Company that was made of slaves from India and Delhi and, you know, and Bangli. And don't let these people fool you. They come over here and yes, your doctors and your lawyers or whatever. Some of you. The greater bulk of you own corner stores and work at Dunkin' Donuts. But they come from very poor backgrounds. Did Cuba ever get an internet back after the protesting? Cuba got their internet back, but just like China, they cut it on and they cut it off. I'm glad you asked that too. I watch what goes on over there all the time. I know a couple of channels. I'll start sharing them with y'all. All right, because none of those channels are really what I grab anything from to present to y'all, because like that comes with a lot of danger. But so I don't get too deep into that, you know what I mean? But yeah, you can I'll tell you like the internet has always been a problem there because there's no broadband service technically there. So the only choice you have to do is what they call crossover and basically circumnavigate the system using other people's, you know what I mean? So the hookup is there. It's just whose service you're going to use. So somehow or another, based on their own form of the FCC or whatever they call it in Cuba, I forgot what exactly it's called, but because they have a consulate there that you have to come in and declare your money. The money is the same thing. It's like it's pesos. It's the same thing. You get pesos, American dollar. But the internet has always been a big problem. There's a lot of artists that are out of Cuba, rap artists, singers, everything. In this past, I'm gonna say maybe 5-6 years, you finally started seeing them on the internet. And they got smart because before they were live performing on the internet. They were utilizing the internet to live perform. And what they did was they started making themselves videos with their phones. And because of that, and because of the stay power of YouTube, you now can see some of these Cuban artists. I'll share some more. I share them all the time, though. I shared one lady that I met a long time ago down in Miami, and she was a real good friend of mine for a minute, Selena. And I shared her. She's a Cuban artist. She went back to Cuba, which is fucking crazy to me. But she went back to Cuba. But Fidel and Raul, they're not a problem anymore over here. It's a new regiment that's under this young kid that I'm worried about. Where are they going to go? As far as being the Russians being over there, the Russians improvised communism there. I mean, in so many of a sense. I mean, like, they didn't improvise it, but it was Fidel that did it. But Fidel grabbed their ideologies and adapted it to his own, which really, Fidel, I think in today's terms, Fidel really had socialism as it's defined as right now, not communism. I think if socialism would have existed like Stalin wanted, I think if socialism would have existed in the paradigm of his education a little bit more, then I think that's what he more aptly going for instead of communism. Now, a lot of people will be like, you know, oh, it's so great in Cuba, though. They got doctors and, you know, you can go to doctor for free, you can go to college. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that's a form of socialism, really. But this is the thing, though, right? The same thing in Cuba. The funny thing is, you can't date there. You have a luck trying to find a wife. You better go out in the country some fucking way. Thank you. Benin is in Africa. Am I correct? Yes, Benin is in Africa. It is. I believe it's in West Africa. A little bit off from Senegal and all that stuff, I think. But it's West Africa, I believe. Somebody, I'm just making sure I answered everybody's questions. Did Cuba ever get the internet back? Well, I said, but cool. Yeah. So, you know, like, there's a lot of different things that go on in that island, and I mean, it's not a quick fix, you know? It's no quick fix. No quick fix at all. I'm gonna stay with you guys for the full hour. I just wanted to see what time it was. The Russia's involvement with a lot of countries, including currently, has always been a problem. You know, it really has. It's so many things I could go into about that, and I won't right now, but there's so many things I could talk about that shit. But I'm only half of that. I'm also half African American, so I speak about that too, you know what I mean? But, yeah, anytime you want to talk about Cuba, that's fine. That's fine. I love talk. If y'all want to hear me talk more about, like, not because of, like, I've lived there, okay, because I haven't, but throughout my life, the interaction that I've had with people that are there, people that I know, friends of mine or whatever, I'm definitely one of your go-to guys about the island. Trust me about that fucking shit. Trust me on that one. For real, if you don't trust nothing else. Why is this making my face look all fucking crazy? I don't like that. I look crazy with this light, right? This light is dumb bright. Thank you, TMH Global, for donating so I can get this light. Let me show y'all this light. Hold on. I got this one right here because this shit is crazy. You see that? It blinded out the whole fucking screen. I got this power lamp out here right now. You know what I'm saying? But this shit's like a little too fucking bright. Halloween coming up and shit. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys want to talk about that, it is what it is. As far as Doggy Diamonds, hey man, listen man, I ain't got no problem with you. Hopefully maybe one day we work together or something like that or whatever. But don't be telling all my motherfucking business, nigga, and don't be donating or nothing like that. Nigga, throw in $100 in the cash app, $STRINGERBELL80. You know what I'm saying? Not because of you, because of your motherfucking followers. Like, what the fuck? Y'all niggas talking shit. Ain't even donate. Y'all know my situation. You know what I'm saying? But now it's my turn. I'm gonna show everybody how to do it correct. Cause as I get back on, I'm gonna have to do the shit actually for niggas to get it. And once they see me doing it and how little bit of money I'm doing it with, then they start doing it on their own. That's why I got somebody I'm trying to help out right now. So alongside getting myself together, and we're making, I'm gonna make a studio. That's the other thing I want to talk to y'all about before I get the fuck off of here. My room is so fucking big, thank God, that I can make it actually into a studio, and that's what I want to do. This is easy to obtain. This is not like something that's going to take thousands of dollars, okay? So, you know what I mean? If you guys would, hit up the Cash App $STRINGERBELL80 or the PayPal link in the description box. I would appreciate it because I want to get a fixed camera, which means a DSLR. I'm using my phone, and I know a camera in particular and a thing that I can put on it so I can make my DSLR actually mobile. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. The other thing, I want to get some more lighting adjacent to the light that I showed you guys that I bought on the ring lights. I need to get like 4 of those. The other thing that I want to get a drop back screen, like a LED screen. I want to get one of those, and I need a laptop. Not a tablet will do, but I think I need a laptop because of the storage power and things like that. So I would prefer to go back to a laptop. You know what I'm saying? For editing and things like that. Only because, one, I can download all those Android files and all that shit. I can download that on a system that's still, you know what I mean, relatively still goes with Google, the main Google. I don't want any shit like that. So, guys, make sure you hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. Throw $10, $20, something in there. It's all going towards the go. And the good thing about me, I'm not like these other bloggers. I actually show what I do with my fucking money. You know what I'm saying? The stand that this phone is on, TMH Global, always donates. This light that I'm using right now, out of 3 lights that I got now, you know what I'm saying? TMH Global. So I think other people could donate too, or whatever. Especially them savage ass motherfuckers over there, Doggy Diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm just fucking with you, nigga. You know what I mean? It's all love. But we ain't gonna do that, though. But I'm in the wrong for throwing up them videos, but they staying the fuck up. I need them numbers. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So take it as a light jab, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You took a light jab at me, I took one at you. Other than that, no, you're not gonna see the destruction on live TV between me and Doggy Diamonds. I won't allow y'all to see that shit. What's going on with Jaguar? I don't know what's going on with Jaguar. Jaguar didn't say enough in that video for me. Y'all niggas don't want me going nowhere, huh? Jaguar ain't say nothing in that video for me to actually let me know where she was at, other than she's doing music, which my sister Net Foster sent me. Nice song. I like the tone of it. I think it's different. And also the fact that, like, and I'm not saying me, but I'm saying some other people had said to her, and just like she said, it wasn't Jay-Z, it wasn't the Roots, ain't nobody grab her off. But I had said to myself, I said, you need to get the fuck offline for a minute. Like sometimes I take the fuck off, you know what I mean? Because if you get on this motherfucker every day, what I notice is, yeah, the numbers will go up, but you start arguing with goofies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not directing out at Doggy Diamonds either. I'm talking about goofy motherfuckers that come in the comment section and shit like that. Doggy Diamonds didn't come in my comment section. So I'm not about to sit here and tear Doggy Diamonds a new one when that wasn't what happened. You know what I'm saying? But that shit you read on your motherfucking show, that did happen, nigga. And next time, donate, nigga. You know what the fuck was going on. You know? That's the problem I have. Y'all sit there and watch sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Or place your judgments based on whatever it is. You know what I mean? You can't do that, man. Not anymore. Not post-pandemic, pre-pandemic, whatever you want to call this shit. Because what happens is like, you start getting into this thinking pattern that you're actually better than what you are. You're worth more than what you are, when in reality you're not. You know what I'm saying? And it's an inflated ego that will drop you down. I've been to the top of the pier, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit that I was doing shit at, and Doggy been in the industry, so he know what I'm talking about. I was doing shit at 2021 that I see motherfuckers online on social media now at 40, 45, 50, just now doing. And I'm like, I was doing that in my 20s, and we were doing it big. You know, I was pumping it, you know? So I understand Doggy Diamond's attitude or whatever, but I want you to think about it like this, Doggy. I listened to your story, and if you know my story, partially know my story is exactly like yours, which in turn means and should mean to you that I am you and you are me. Because everything down to the mental shit, everything down to the industry, everything down that you mentioned, I've been through. Yeah, he definitely disappeared. Yeah, she definitely disappeared for a while. Davin, do you know Warpath from the Lockout? He donate all the time his equipment. No, I don't know him. I don't know a lot of YouTubers. I tend to let me tell you how I do in my scope of YouTubers. I tend not to follow like motherfuckers that always talk about beef. I tend not to follow people that are always talking about, gossiping all the time. So you won't, every now and then I'll peep in on Storm and Rowe. I still follow him, he still follow me. You know what I mean? But I peeped in on Star about 3 o'clock in the morning and put something up. Yeah, I don't do them chatty niggas though. Because them chatty motherfuckers, they be on something else. And like that ain't what I come from. You know what I'm saying? Like them chatty niggas will talk online and shit like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm different. Like I will sit at your back porch and be waiting for you, nigga. Like seriously. No jokes. You know what I mean? Like, what happened now? Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll be like, yo, this tall, lanky nigga. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that happened. I've been this size all my life. I've adapted. So, you know what I mean? I've been the same size as I was in high school. You should make a bingo. I heard that pays a lot, but it's a lot of drama over there. Yeah, I heard about bingo. That's exactly why I ain't make that shit. I know what's her name was over there for a minute fucking with it, a Jaguar. And she didn't like it either, I don't think, because she ain't come back to it, And I don't know what she utilized. I think she just put up a video or whatever, but I'm sure we'll see more Jag. I like to see more Jag. But Jag made me have to do something where I always give her praise because she's the one that really, like, got me going. My video had me popping, but she kept me going. You know what I'm saying? My video I put up on my own, that's before all the shit I put up with Jaguar got me popping. But, you know what I'm saying? She kept me consistent with her story. She kept everybody consistent because her story was similar to mine. We both Tauruses. So without her, definitely I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that I would come back to doing that necessarily, but I support her. Does that make sense? But I don't need that outlet anymore to make myself, you know what I'm saying, appear wide. Because I see some people that people donate to, and the whole bulk of their material on their pages is other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no lives. They don't have no videos that they you know what I mean, separated in a piece together. All the videos you see me put up, even the ones I was dissing Doggy, you know what I mean? It's all fun though, nigga, shit. But, you know what I'm saying? All those, I did the editing. You know what I'm saying? I've done edits for everybody. Y'all go on my page, I'll put it back up. I did an edit for Jacquaid, you know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't like it, you know what I'm saying? After a while, I think niggas now liked it. But I did one for him. I did one for Remy Martin when she first came home from jail. That was at the new Latin Quarters that was in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? I sat with them and everything. I forgot what homeboy's name is. He was the manager for Troy Ave and somebody else. What's that short Puerto Rican nigga's name? Because he was a manager for Troy Ave. He was a manager for a couple people on the low. You never know. And I forgot what son's name is. The little short Puerto Rican nigga. That shout out to him because he always on the move. But son and them, I've done a couple. Right on this page, like literally, they're there right now. All you have to do is click my name and just scroll. You're gonna have to scroll a lot because I got a lot of videos up. But once you get towards the end, you'll see the ones with Remy Martin. I think there's some videos I left open of me in the studio at Daddy's house. There's like 15, 20 of them of me recording. I recorded with everybody. Flames Flow, shout out to him. Steve Dickey, worked with Fabulous and everybody else. Flames Flow, who I just mentioned, was one of the first to work with Troy Ave, one of the first to work with Cardi B, one of the first, I forgot what the bald head chick's name was that was on Love and Hip Hop too, with the short hair, real thick. He worked with her when she was trying to rap. And a lot of other people. So I you know, that's my man right now. Flo is now into the Hotep, you know, all that shit they got going on over there. Shout out to Brother Polite. He made me go get a hat too. Shit, been wearing these hats freaking years. You should really. Oh, I read that. You should really make a bingo. So yeah, I won't be fucking around at bingo. I heard it's a whole bunch of, you know, nigger drama over there. I don't do nigger drama. Yeah, you heard someone say David. Fuck them all. I hope all of them die. Worthless motherfuckers. Motherfuckers like that are worthless. All those motherfuckers that into that shit. I'm not knocking hood culture. I'm just saying, hood culture makes no sense anymore, you know? And if you're doing it at the fullest perplexity, but the only people you flexing on is your own, then that's some sucker shit. Like, you ain't going over to the suburbs flexing. You ain't going to the front steps of fucking what's the name busting. So, I mean, what use are you to us other than in the way? You in the way. You're not doing anything constructive. You're not helping anybody around here. In the time of need, all those thousands and thousands of dollars that you made right here in this neighborhood, you don't go door to door and ask anybody if they need help during the pandemic. You don't ask the old black lady or the old Latin lady or the old black man or the old Latin man, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. You need something? I know people, I have an older gentleman, and I know him from the time I God forever. His name is Will. I've mentioned Will before. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. I talk to Will almost every damn morning, right? And I remember a couple of times before he got his home attendant, because he's in a convalescent home now, before he got his home attendant, he was worried about who was going to go to the store for him. You know what I'm saying? This is a challenge for old black people. Another big challenge for old black people right in Brooklyn right now. That Brooklyn motherfuckers, I'm sure a lot of motherfuckers that brought on my pages from Brooklyn. Y'all motherfuckers get on my nerves. Yeah, for real. I can't stand y'all motherfuckers. Love y'all, but can't stand y'all motherfuckers. You know, it'd be like, shit, we going over to Brooklyn. Then you go over there and have a good time. You be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? All right. You know what I mean? Keep on moving. But there's now something in Brooklyn and happening in Queens also, what's called food deserts, and I talked about them before. And these food deserts are popping up because traditional grocery stores and grocery store chains, for that matter, are being put out of business. And they're either being put out of business because of the pandemic, they're being put out of business because prices per square footage is high as fuck in New York. You see some of these dilapidated buildings, they want like sometimes $70,000 to $100,000 a month for the building during a pandemic. It's ridiculous, you know. So all in all, guys, the food deserts are the new norm across America, and they're particularly hitting rural areas in the South. This is the first place they're popping up, and if you guys don't understand what I mean by the definition of food desert, I mean that that grocery store used to be the neighborhood grocery store. Now it's closed, and now people are having to travel outwards of maybe a mile, maybe a little bit less, to get groceries, where they would have had originally just walked out their door and went maybe a block or two. A food desert is created. That means there's no grocery stores within a certain amount of miles. And if you really think about it, some of y'all where y'all currently live right now, it's like that. If you didn't have access to a car, you couldn't get to the grocery store. And many of y'all got family like that too. So, you know, let's not pretend that that doesn't happen. But yeah, food deserts are a real fucking thing. Well, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Like I said, that was going to be the last thing I said for the night. I might come back after I get back in the crib or whatever. Y'all hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. I'd like to give me a cigarette or something like that. I ain't had a cigarette since I smoked that last one. I just realized that. Son of a bitch, huh? But Stringer Bell 80, $ Cash Apps. It's Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. That's Stringer Bell 80. I try to say as best as I can. I have a fucking accent, so I can't help it. You know, I love my accent though. I love my accent. If you don't like it, fuck you. All right, guys. You guys have a good evening. I'll either be back or I'll be uploading something or whatever. But something will work. If you're just now tuning in, my name is Davin Lewis. If you want to check out the portion about Doggy Diamonds, you need to go to the second portion, probably about, I don't know, I'd say 15 minutes in. If you want to hear me talk about Letitia Wright, that's actually the beginning, so you can go listen to that. Also, if you want to hear me talk about the ladder, talking about food deserts and everything like that, you're getting closer to about 45 minutes into an hour and 15 minutes. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Make sure you share the link. Make sure you like, subscribe. Doggy Diamonds, I ain't got no motherfucking problem with you, nigga, but don't be talking about me online like that, nigga. You ain't donating nothing, nigga. You know what I mean? You should make, we say, good night, 305 Capricorn, and thanks to all my regulars, man. Let me give y'all love. 305 Capricorn, Anton Queen. Who else is on here? Sibon Mademoiselle. Who else is on here? Annette, Chi-Town. What's going on, baby? I'm just seeing all Anton Queen's comments, so that's why I keep on scrolling. 305, I'm Guyanese, or whatever. And everybody else is checked in. And make sure y'all hit those like buttons when y'all come up. Kareem Smith, always with us from Las Vegas. Shout out to Kareem Smith. Star Pepper, what's going on? I didn't even see you, baby. She said, I used to live in Spain. I loved it. I hear a lot of people of color love living in Spain. I heard that. I met Spanish people before, so many. Because I used to bounce around in the hostels for a minute in New York when I was trying to get myself situated. So in the hostels, you have people from all kinds of different international backgrounds, whatever. It's fucked up now because those same hostels are closed because of the pandemic. But hostels are basically, you have like 4 to 5 people in a room or whatever. And the people come there because it's cheap. I mean, you can get a room there for like 20, maybe $30 a night, right? So what happens is, long story short, what happens is you end up intermingling and coming across a lot of different people. Like, I've got friends from those hostels now in Brazil. I have like fucking 20 different friends in Brazil. I don't know, something with me and people from Brazil, I get along with them just like that. People from France, I get along with just like that. And mainly in South America, are always, for some reason or another, click with Peruvian people. I always get along with them. I don't know what it is. I always fucking get along with Peruvians. Peruvian people are very unique people because they're actually builders, you know? They're builders. Very distinguished builders and sculptors. You know what I mean? Not very different from Africans. And like Africans, they built pyramids, you know? Very distinguished pyramids with different hidden passages within them and everything else. You know what I mean? Some of the latter different practices, like, you know, chopping people's heads off, throwing the fucking head down the stairs, and, you know, that's questionable, but that didn't happen in Egypt. You know? But very, 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 very good people. But I met a lot of people from different countries. I have another friend, Matt, that's in Australia, in Melbourne. I have other friends in Spain as well. Italy, my friend Gina, who I mentioned, that lives in England, she's actually Italian. I have another friend, Cinzia, who she actually lives in Maryland. I've known her forever. So yeah, you know, and me and Cinzia, we actually ain't on good terms no more. But shout out to Cinzia, you know what I mean? But we ain't on good terms no more. Some shit had happened. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta cuss a motherfucker out. And with that, guys, I'm saying good night. Hit those like buttons, share, like, and subscribe if you haven't. My name is Davin Lewis. Thank you. I'm glad I entertained y'all. If I did, well enough. I'm out of cigarettes at least. Make sure a nigga gets some stories. You can do so at $STRINGERBELL80. That's Stringer Bell 80. Better yet, I just moved into a new apartment. Came out of long-term homelessness and back for the matter. So you're now seeing the iteration of me now after the fact. So I have an apartment with nothing. And plus I need equipment. So realistically, I'm looking at about, I don't know, probably somewhere close to $8,000 to $9,000. I need start over money. Any of my real niggas that know money, know what I mean. I need start over money. So that's upwards to $8,000, $9,000. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. And I'll also be releasing my music here. So make sure y'all cop that. And also on the avenue that I'm using, the beautiful thing about it is you motherfuckers can tip. So make sure you tip, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. All right, other than that, man, I'll see y'all in a minute. Love y'all, and thank y'all so much for watching.